So, two pre-season friendlies, although they're not officially friendlies. In China, obviously we played Man City and expectedly lost. And then we played Newcastle, and you could say unexpectedly lost. I wasn't that surprised, if I'm honest. I saw loads of people commenting on Twitter earlier in the week about how they'd lost to Wolves. They had Steve Bruce as their manager and they're getting relegated, they're going to be terrible and all of this. And I knew, as soon as I saw that, I thought, we're asking for it, we're going to lose, and we did. They looked the better team, particularly the first half. We were really shocking, really shocking. Defensively weak, and good to see Reid back, but we definitely missed Diop and Balbuena. They are definitely our first choice centre halves. A lot of talk about Creswell and him not being good enough, but I'm not totally convinced by Masuaku, and if he's better. Zabaleta looked a little bit old, and I hate saying that because he's about my age, and when everyone says he's an old man, I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting old. Josh Cullen, obviously, I think that's kind of, this clearly pre-season is to see whether he's going to stay with us or Pellegrini thinks he should go. I think he might go, but the fact that we're talking about selling Obiang, we need someone in that position, and I don't know. We made loads of changes, I can't remember actually how many changes we had. Slightly better in the second half, but still wasn't good. But I'm not panicking because pre-season is nothing. It means zero. At the end of the day, we can have a fantastic pre-season, which we did a few years ago, and then you go on to have a shocking season. So I'm not worrying about it, but you could definitely see weaknesses, and there's definitely, I personally think we need to add a few more players for that extra squad depth, because it only takes an injury to Haller or, Rice, and I think we're in a bit of a worrying position. Not panicking though, it's great pre-season just to get the fitness up, everyone playing together, get the new players in. But it's typical West Ham, and again, I'm not surprised that we came fourth in that cup.
Hey guys, it's Emily. Hope you've had a nice summer. I've certainly missed you guys and the football. So I'm going to talk about one of the stars of West Ham's summer marketing campaigns, who they seem to be putting up on their Instagram all the time. Constantly really waxing lyrical over him. It's not any of our new signings, it's actually Jack Wilshere. Or as I now prefer to call him, Jacked Wilshere. Am I right? He looks really good. So here's the question. Are we getting our hopes up with the fact that actually he's been working hard all summer, really putting a lot of effort in, and the club seems to be making a lot of him at the moment, almost as if he's a new signing, which in some ways he is, because we didn't actually get to see him play that much last season. But do we get our hopes up about this new signing and actually look at him as a player that we can rely on to show up and play and be in the squad this year? Or are the club just sort of getting our hopes up yet again, because the likelihood of him becoming injured and missing another season is actually pretty huge. So I'm still not sure if I'm ready to put all my eggs in a Jack Wilshere shaped basket, but I think there is a big part of me that's still hoping that he actually will stay fit this season, even if that's really naive, and hoping that actually we do get quite a good player and a good season out of him, almost as if he is another new signing for us this year.
2 more weeks and a few days and my withdrawal symptoms of football finally go away, and I'm so excited and so nervous at the same time. We've literally had this transfer window and we've had literally next to no money. For what we had, we could do something with it, but it's always a struggle when, you want to buy good players and you want to sell players and it's getting for the right price. And, reading all on Twitter about all the faffs we've been having around with Maxi Gomez and Nautovic and this, that and the other, I've always been a bit oh my gosh, we need to start doing something, and we need to start doing something now, because we'd always do this thing where we just keep toying around and miss good opportunities to get people in, and then we've shot ourselves in the foot basically. But I feel like this window we've actually done really well. Fornals was an absolute steal, and Haller, I'm literally oh my goodness, how have we managed this? Like, for us, they are really good signings, and when they settle into the Premier League, I feel like we could do a lot of damage. And I say that every season, but like, I feel like they could do really well for us. And the fact that they actually seem passionate already gives me high hopes. But I mean, I'm also nervous at the same time because I haven't watched our friendly games because I've just been so occupied with working and everything. But from kind of like rewatching some highlights, I'm paranoid that like, we've been playing like not bad, but bad. Like some players just, I'm like, oh my gosh, let's not this be a thing come start of this season. Like, I don't know whether like, I don't really know. Like, I know friendlies aren't so serious, but I'd still like to think we'd go in a friendly and play the way that we want to play come the Prem. But like, when I was watching some highlights, I'm like, we're literally going back to like square one of where we're doing like silly mistakes and prattling around, and it gets me so anxious. I'm like, oh my goodness, I cannot be dealing with literally watching us play like how we've played in our friendlies. Like, I just can't deal with it. I feel like I'll get too stressed, too worked up. But I don't know, I could be wrong. It could just be me being silly and me overreacting, and come season they're gonna literally just like be like, screw you Chelsea and your opinion here, then and now. But we'll have to see. I literally cannot wait to go back and watch the guys and be back in the atmosphere of the home ground. But I'm also trying not to get my hopes up, even though I feel like we could get top 7th, maybe 6th if we actually push it. But we've got to see what we do, really. It's not going to be easy, but if we did what we did literally come our last few games at the end of last season, and the signings we've got and how much teamwork we're putting in and how everyone's going to link up, fingers crossed we're going to be the underdogs that do really, really well. Well,